Now, one pretty simple thing is the narrator. Basically, there are two, a first-person narrator or a third-person narrator. And a third person can be limited or omniscient, meaning he knows everything. Now, if a writer chooses a first-person narrator, like speaking in the I, well, think about what effect that has. Basically, it makes it more subjective. I mean, we get the narrator's perspective that might not always be correct, like objectively. So the more we learn about our characters, the more we might find out that the protagonist's point of view is biased, as in that he or she has a certain opinion on things, a certain take on things that might not be correct or justified or whatever, right? But it also creates suspense because we know, or we get to know what the protagonist really feels, what she knows, what she believes. And then finding out if that is really true, that is also interesting. Also, it puts the reader directly into the action, like we're experiencing the story with the protagonist directly. That can be pretty cool. And yeah, basically we get all the feelings, we get all the emotion. On the other hand, if you had a third-person narrator saying, this person did that, then she went there. If he is omniscient, the third-person narrator or she, we also get the narrator is able to report feelings, is able to report conclusions, is able to assess if what the people are doing is good or not, is bad or not, is useful or not, will lead to problems or not. So there we get kind of a broader perspective, but it's also maybe a bit more boring that we're told everything. And of course it can be mixed. We can get lots of direct speech and then some little comments on this. And a limited third-person narrator wouldn't know everything, wouldn't know all the things going on in the person's heads, but is able to comment on a couple of things that might just help the narrative. So that is worth mentioning, what kind of perspective we're getting.